Hello, I think we are ready to start. So let me introduce myself. My name is Patryk. I'm GTM associate at Zowie. At Zowie, I'm helping in all the GTM workflows, but I'm also building many internal AI tools, including some custom AI utilities that our team is using. Also, I'm building a lot of things related to outreach, demos, and some things related to the sales workflows. Also, I'm an active participant when it comes to AI community. I have access to many communities. Also, I take part in hackathons. I managed to get second place in AI security hackathon when I managed to jailbreak the banking AI chatbot. And I'm early access tester in some major AI labs where I test things before they are released, including the generative video makers. I'm shipping projects since the age of 15 with a very strong focus on AI since last 3 years. So let me talk about the agenda because today we are going to talk about two different things. First of all, we are doing a quick recap of 2025. I will tell you about what are, in my own opinion, the biggest changes in AI in 2025, as well as use cases. And I think that's something that's going to be unique because I'm going to give you the examples which we used at Zowie. So it will be the new value you can get from us, because I know that you can find a lot of use cases on the web, on X, on YouTube, and in many different platforms. So I tried to give you the real use cases we used at work. And then I will tell you about some of my personal predictions as well as general trends in AI in 2026. And at the end, you will have ability to ask your questions. So I hope you will enjoy the session. And if you will have any questions, you can wait till the end. But I think you'll find something useful for you because I tried to give examples also from last week or last 2 weeks. So I would like to start that in 2025, we have moved beyond simple text generation because now AI can reason, can plan, can execute complex workflows. The new concept of vibe coding emerged, and AI is in many multi-tool agentic workflows. So AI has many new dimensions and it can reason. I will start from very simple introduction to what happened because we had the paradigm shift in the AI, in how AI scales. So basically, there was emergence of reasoning models. And what's changed? Because in the end, we thought about scaling AI, so how AI does progresses in a very simple way. We thought about scaling through making models bigger, through spending more time on pre-training. But now the situation is a bit different. Pre-training still is a very important thing and it will still scale, although we see some diminishing returns and some diseconomies of scale in that regard. And the new trend is the test time compute paradigm, so that models can think before generating the final result. So through extending the time the models can output the responses and think in the direction of the answers, model became much, much better, especially at science and many different fields. It's done through reinforcement learning with verified rewards. So the model is rewarded toward getting to the correct response. And also many AI labs are rewarding the models during the thinking. So if the model thinks in a good direction, even though the final result is not yet given, they can be a bit rewarded for that. So that's very important change. So as I said, models started thinking. At the beginning of the year, we had a very big change because of the introduction of the model DeepSeek R1. And that was the moment when many people learned that the AI that thinks exists. So DeepSeek R1 was pivotal moment. NVIDIA lost like $600 billion during this shift. It was a temporary change, but it was something big because people were scared that AI can also be trained on the older GPUs and it can work on older GPUs. Then other labs also kept up. OpenAI released many models, many reasoning models. There was O3 time. Now we have GPT 5.2. We have Gemini 3, a family of the very good multimodal models. And we have cloud Anthropic models like Sonnet 4.5 and of course, Opus. So I will also say a few words regarding the top closed reasoning models because First of all, I would like to praise Gemini models for their great multimodality. So you can input videos, you can input audio, you can input many different dimensions, and they did the reinforcement learning on that. So the models are very good at reasoning on that. In our work, we use Gemini models to summarize our long meetings. And that's very great about them. When it comes to GPT 5.2, I would like to say that's a very good experience when it comes to using the chat platform, much better than Gemini. I'm not using Gemini through the app, I'm using Gemini through AI Studio. That's something I can recommend if you have like paid app API. What I would like to say is that ChatGPT models are good at agentic orchestration. When you research some kind of thing and use the search tool, the model is able to do the visible searching steps. So you see what it searches and it refines the reasoning after many searches. So it's quite good at getting a shallow data, but data from the current time through search. And Cloud is very good model in general. In our AI teams, many people use Cloud for coding. Cloud Code is very good CLI tool. So I would also praise Cloud. But that's something many of you already know. So what I would like to say is also we have a lot of good open source models. Many of you might have heard, but they're very recent models. GLM 4.7, Kimi K2 Thinking, Minimax are very good quality models, which are on the level of Cloud 4.5. They're fast, they can be run fully securely on the consumer devices, although many different, you will need, like, for example, 4 Mac Studios to run them. So it's not something you can run on your PC. But when it comes to medium models, you for sure can run them. So GPT OSS 20B, NVIDIA Nemotron Nano 30B. These are the models I run on my MacBook Pro. Actually, I managed to win one ideathon from the field I wasn't a big expert on. It's basically blockchain, using these models because they have quite good capability and knowledge, like similar to GPT-4 at the early era. So they are good. And you can also run the models on your phone. So even iPhone can run models. There is tiny model Liquid LM4B, something new from December. You can test it because it's quite intelligent and it can work without any internet on your phone. I would like to say that we are on the new level on the road toward AGI. OpenAI defines it that we have 5 levels. And now I would say we are on the level between agentic systems that can take actions and innovators, because AI actually innovates and it does progress in the research fields like mathematics, science. It already happens. We had a lot of progress since last 2 months, and I will show you the examples. And very soon I will also show you some nice examples for how we use AI at Zowie. But now let's start from things that are for sure in level 4, so innovation. First of all, recently GPT 5.2 solved a 30 years math problem, Erdős equations. This was verified that the solution is going in a very good direction. It was something generally innovative, something novel, and something that required some input from the human who was working with this AI, but it shows that AI is doing well. Even like the consumer state-of-the-art models are doing great. Not only special systems, such as, for example, AlphaEvolve by Google DeepMind, which was able to do enhancements in matrix multiplication, important in AI, but in many different mathematical fields. And it was something that people couldn't improve to that extent for 56 years. So AI is very good. But now, after showing you more abstract examples from science, I would like to show something about how AI changed the work. So first of all, just 2 statistics, and then we go to real use cases. So talking about statistics, we have Anthropic economic research from November, and it showed that 80% of average, that we can see 80% average time stamping across 100,000 different real tasks. These tasks are such as like creating a presentation, such as researching different things, such as preparing for the corporate meeting. There are different kind of tasks. Basically, they analyze a very big sample of data and users' conversations that were anonymized to get into that conclusions. And the recent release of GPT 5.2 showed that basically AI has 70% success rate at doing the professional work. And many of the people say that AI cannot do presentations, cannot do this kind of stuff reliably. But there was a big change recently with GPT 5.2, especially when you set the thinking extended mode. I can say that I was able to generate some nice presentations, and I was very surprised that when I gave it, for example, the image, which was totally unedited, it wasn't cropped properly, it was just a screenshot, it figured out a way to crop it very precisely and put it in the good place in the presentation. It fought for like 15 minutes, but it was able to do it. So we are going in the good direction. So now talking about Zowie, we use AI in many different fields. We use AI in every department, and we try to be AI native generalist. Myself, at Zowie, I shipped many projects, the things that wouldn't be possible before, because my origin is business and economics and some basic coding, but I'm not a senior developer, and I'm able to ship some real solutions. For the examples, we use AI at Zowie in the fields that aren't obvious. In GTM, it's, for example, like many marketing campaigns with like real software, which we are able to drop for a specific campaign, which is like a video game and different kind of things. But first, I forgot that I would like to introduce one more theory, which is that there was a very important shift, namely vibe coding, introduced by Andrew Carpody, ex-researcher from OpenAI, very important persona in AI, who has a very great content on AI on YouTube. I highly recommend to watch it if you are interested in AI. Basically, vibe coding is giving everything into AI and embracing how AI builds the software. So you are able to build the software with a very low level of supervision. And just by giving simple prompts, simple commands to AI, you're able to build the great software. So at Zowie, we have built the custom video games, showing like how AI is faster than humans in responding to customer service tickets. We built the replica of Spotify campaign, which was like something similar, which many companies have been doing recently. We also had our own. It was a whole app I managed to build with a database, with admin dashboard, where we were able to quickly figure things out and add campaign to different of our clients. So that's something nice. We also managed to be AI readiness quiz. So something that first of all gathered the data like Typeform and then managed to give you a good report based on a reasoning model in a PDF format. So it fully arranged things on the PDF, so there were no cutoffs and it looked really great. It had like graphic on it. So it's a nice showcase of that AI can build great stuff. And there were many other internal tools I can even not disclose because there were like utilities you build for your own everyday work. So I really encourage you to try build the things you're lacking. My colleagues are doing it too. And AI can be very practical. I showed you some examples at work, but also the CEO of Shopify managed to get his Röntgen scan from doctor and build the app that was able to open the X-ray. And basically, normally you would require a very expensive software to be able to read this data because it's not a JPG, it's not PNG, it's not like typical format, it's something complex. And with reverse engineering and AI, through simple text commands, so vibe coding, he was able to build it. So yes, and we may ask, what if you vibe code tool for operational vibe coding? It's really possible because Anthropic, the founders of Claude, they managed to launch recently the Cloud Cowork, a tool which is an agent where you can give the tasks and commands and it can execute things on your computer. In a CLI way, but you see a very nice interface. So it's able, for example, to collect your files on the computer and organize them in a good way. It's able to collect the data from your old documents and then create your presentation you're waiting for. It's able to summarize the meeting notes and then prepare you different products. So it's not that you prompt and you get the text response, it's that you prompt and you get like real output. So the action is done. And the developer of Claude, one of the Claude developers, revealed that 100% of the code was built with AI. So that's something really impressive. Talking about the work, also some very important remark that the time horizon of the task dramatically increased. So basically, we have some benchmarks which are able to measure it. The data is quite variable because we have very huge dispersion of the confidence interval, but we can say that Cloud Opus, for example, had 50% success rate in doing tasks that lasted around 5 hours, slightly more than 4 hours. So basically AI is able to do much longer works regarding the coding, but also the regular work like analysis of Excel files, for example. There was a recently release today in Cursor and some time ago in OpenAI of GPT 5.2 Codex model, which is specifically designed to do very long running tasks, so tasks that usually take a lot of time for developers. I would like to say that text is only one layer, and I'm really excited about the other fields like multimodality and images, and that's something you should like put attention to because it's something that's really changed in 2025 because we had like huge improvements in image, audio, and video generations. But please wait if you are a bit skeptical about that, because it changed a lot. And even like researcher from OpenAI, Andrew Corpati, describes why it's very important shift. Because basically, I very agree with him that we are entering new era where people can have new dimension of interaction. Like basically when we had like the web era where websites were developing and new ways of interactions were launching, the same is going in AI, because now we have like models like Nano Banana Pro, which are able to reason and think before you give them some tasks. So when you ask model to generate you something on the board, so you want a picture of someone drawing something on the board and there is mathematical equation, this model first does the reasoning and can solve this equation before outputting the real image. It has many different utilizations, but basically Carpati believes first of all that this kind of image generation tools are very important, and second of all generative interfaces, so interaction through visual aspects. And at Zawi we also have like visual interaction through our voice interaction with Hello, where user sees their products they want to select on the visually during the interaction. That's some kinds of nice trend, and I will show you the examples in work, because basically we use generative AI a lot. I'm author of many things at Zawi which use this generative AI. For example, we have the funny mock campaign of the case study with Santa, and Santa is generated with video model from Google, and he speaks, he uses voice, and all of the images in the campaign are used with this. We aimed at the kind of like fantasy kind of style, but if you want like very realistic style, it's also possible for now. On the right, you have like assets for one of our campaigns we did. CX Essential Kit. It was fully generated with AI. Normally, you would have to pay a lot for the 3D designs and stuff that was generated there. Also, we had like a very short campaign, which was invitation for our weekly demos. If you are interested in seeing our product, I recommend you also to join those demos. But by the way, this is very interesting because it uses some kind of workflow done by one of the people from the AI community and image generation. It generated 120 pictures to be able to track your mouse and do the proper reaction. So when you move your mouse, the person from our team, Nick, is looking at your mouse. It looks nice, and it's possible thanks to generative AI. But one important thing, well-trained image models can even generate predictive heat maps. So to see where users usually look at the website. And it was done by Google in their product called Stitch with Nano Banana Pro. This model was specially fine-tuned for this use case, but it actually did very good kind of heat map predictions. So that's something I want to show, that it's not only generated AI slop or things you see on social media, which maybe you cannot stand because it's too many of them. It's also a lot of practical use cases you have, so that's something I would like to highlight. And it's not only image, it's also video. So many kind of new use cases for replacing things on the image, changing the weather conditions. That's very likely possible. And now one example, we recently had the Golden Globes inspired session. And I managed to create the 3D asset of the Golden Globe, the reward we were giving, and rotate it using AI. Normally, you would pay many dollars for such a generation on green screen that you can then put into your workflow. We managed to do it in 2 minutes. It was, first of all, giving the real image of this award from him, then generating the image, and then generating video from that. I think you can do it even more effectively. But yeah, you see like real results and it looked quite decent. So now I would like to show like 45-second short demo that video models will be the future when it comes to AI robots. Because basically, before showing you, I will also show how my very bad writing can be fixed with AI. So I tried to show how these AI robots can use video generation to work, and that's the real example from last week that a company was able to use video generation to improve robots. So basically, you do video generation model that was trained on human data from point of view perspective, so like from your face, that people were doing ironing, putting things into the fridge and doing like regular typical stuff. Then you fine-tune this data, so enhanced it with real robotic data, so the model is able to generate videos how robot is doing these actions from the first perspective. And when you have this kind of model, you're able to predict how the robot would do certain action. So you give the image, you give this prompt, you ask the robot to do, and it generates the simulation of these actions in the future. And then with the reverse video to action model, they were managed to do the action that robot actually can do, for example, ironing and different tasks. So just 45 seconds demo, because I think that's something very interesting.
Once you prompt Neo, it'll take what it sees as input to generate a visualization of how to complete the request. As you can see on the screen below, Neo is visualizing how to perform this task using its world model. You can either have Neo automatically execute the generation or choose the best one to run
So the model
from among several
predicted
parallel
different kind of actions it can do, and then it's reverse engineering this action and is able to put the thing into the fridge, so into the box. So basically, yes, it can be. It's very early technology, but in the future we will see the real examples how this can work in our life. And word generation models are a big trend in 2025, and this will continue in 2026. So. Exactly, that's what I said. NVIDIA is doing the physical AI through NVIDIA Cosmos. Google is doing it through Genie 3. It's not available to the public yet, only to the researchers who are using it, because it's quite expensive technology. But that's something we may expect to see in the future to be public or used industry-wide, at least. So the last trend from 2025 I wanted to highlight is the emergence of multi-tool agents. So the fact that AI uses different kind of tools and also different kind of models to give you the very good quality product. So I would start from Notebook LM, because I think that many of you heard about it, but actually it had many kind of different updates during the last year, and it's able to do a lot of useful stuff. For me, I had many successful kind of scenarios where I used it. I used it for meeting preparations, I used it for learning new knowledge, but something I want to show you is related to the thing that it can use nano banana generative models to generate you a presentation. It uses first the deep research, which was recently built into it. Then it uses LLMs to prepare a plan for the presentation. That's what I think is going in the background, because it's not disclosed what's going on there in this system. That's what I supposed to do. And then for sure it's using Nano Banana Pro. That's the model that it's powering this solution. And then for sure there is some kind of workflow that it can be aggregated or maybe refined, but we don't have data on that. So Basically, the interface is really simple. If you saw the notebook LM, but on the left you have sources, then you have the chat, and on the right you have many kind of assets you can create. And this is the real use case we used at Zawi. Basically, we are doing research if you can do the successful B2B campaign on Reddit and how to do it in a most efficient manner. So when I was doing it for myself to learn more about this topic and also to see different opinions, I first of all did a deep research and then tried to generate presentation. These were only 2 steps. I verified the sources and then clicked generate a presentation. And what we got, it's a huge potential of the generative image models because it was able to generate slides that have like things that are generally exciting. Because when it tried to explain me how I can update my profile, it generated the simple Reddit profile, non-existing one, but with the real UI. And it showed where I should put what. I know it's very simple, but it shows that like the models are able to visualize stuff based on the training data that's like very robust because like this never existed, but it looks like very realistic. On the right side, we have like the hints how to do successful Ask Me Anything session on Reddit, and it actually used the real data from its sources of the successful campaign of Barack Obama and the other campaign of Woody Harrelson. So it was able to generate with image generation model the UI of Reddit and real comment exchange and show me why one thing worked and one other out failed. But you have to understand that this text, this thing, all of this is image generation. So like when you prompt AI to generate you an image, that's exactly what you would get. So there is no real text there. That's quite impressive, I would say. And talking about deep research agents, if you happen to not use them, I would say that all of them have their advantages, but for sure you can use the one at Perplexity that's fast and quick, but that's quite deep research. Gemini for like more scientific kind of use cases, I would say. Maybe some kind of longer research because it takes time, but analyzes many different sources. And OpenAI, because it has it on board, but actually a fun fact, when you use GPT 5.2 or like GPT-5 model family with extended thinking, its accuracy on deep research is very similar to deep research that was shown by one of people from OpenAI. So that's something you have to take in mind. And I think many people maybe may use in their daily work is the Manus LM wide research. It's like quite unique solutions we recently used. This is the example from the web, but we used very similar example. When you'd like to screen or see like different kind of companies, usually we would have to do separate deep researches. So basically, when you try to understand like different kind of things, you would basically have to do separate deep research, and now you can just do the wide research and have 100 researches in the same time and then final output. So it's like very big fundamental change that happens there. And now talking about the predictions for 2026, I would like to say that I believe that the progress will be very huge in 2026. That's something I would like to start from. But I would like also to quote experts other than me to like exchange my thoughts with them and also to show like what are the general trends in AI. I spent basically a lot of time on reading research papers and exchanging ideas online. So first of all, Greg Brockman from OpenAI, from his opinion, there will be 2 big themes in AI, enterprise agent adoptions and scientific acceleration. That's something we really see, like also from Zawi, but in other companies, that there's huge enterprise adoption in 2025, and in 2026 the pace will be much faster because things are really mature, really advanced, and basically when AI can work 10 times better than a human, that's something no one can miss. So that's a sure direction. Many companies are putting big effort into that. That's direction also OpenAI will be going into. Google for sure also does it, because like right now we have to take in mind that Google is a very big player in AI, and their models are like incredible, I would say. Like maybe in coding you can find very good use cases, for example, cybersecurity for OpenAI. Maybe in cloud you can find great reliability among different places, but for example, for beautiful front ends, Google is very good in that, for example. The other thing is that regular people, regular business people like me, like my colleague Constante, like many different people from like marketing departments, maybe from communications department, maybe even the C-level executives, would be able to do just-in-time software without any kind of coding background. So when you need some kind of software for yourself on the go, you can basically generate simple tools that don't require like enterprise preparedness, just something that you want to enhance your workflow, something you trust that will be good. You can use AI to generate you a simple utility tool that you can use. Example in Zowie was that one of our colleagues, Constantine, developed a good tool for having a video prompter. So when you do the presentation, like for the video and you want to have a teleprompter, he made an app that is able to track your voice and follow along with text. It's very intelligent. It can stop when you're going out of the script. It's incredible. So like I really encourage everyone, no matter what are your coding skills, whatever is your discipline, that when you have some kind of things that stops you and you're looking for a tool, maybe think, maybe if I can code it in 2-3 minutes by myself, that's what I can use. The other thing is that I believe that AI will for sure create novel insights. That's something what we already saw. I showed you the example of Erdős equations. I showed you also some other examples. So AI will for sure create novel insights in 2026. Maybe the pace wouldn't be that fast. Maybe it's a few more years still, but for sure we'll see some new progress, because even today I read a new paper regarding the Grok 4.20 being able to aid in mathematical research. So yeah, that's something that will for sure happen. And innovation timelines will be collapsing. So we have David Holst from Midjourney, and the founder of Midjourney, and also like many different people like said that during the December they were able to ship projects that usually would take them much more. For me, I managed to ship around like 5 apps in December. That are the things that are like you cannot skip. That timelines are collapsing. Like people are able to ship much faster using AI, especially when expert and like professional developers and senior developers are able to use it in your teams. They will be much faster. I talked with Maya, our CEO, and she told me that like the speed of development is much bigger than it would be without AI. So when we have experts who use this AI, then the things are amazing. And AI would be even more proficient in that. But also, what's important, AI will significantly improve for white-collar tasks. And that's a very big trend and very big difference from 2026, from 2025 to 2026, that as we observed reinforcement learning and its progress in coding tasks that AI in January wasn't able to code, now it's able. The same will happen now to work. So basically, AI will be trained on human tasks, like everyday tasks, such as the working with worksheets, working with presentations, working with different things. And through reinforcing the good behaviors on the models, they will be robust, they will be very accurate, and they will be able to do things they are not able to do now. So all the time, every month, when you have the task and you think that AI is able to do it, but you have some suspicions that it wasn't able like 2 months ago, maybe try it now, because now it may be able to do it. So that's something I would say it's important. And we should treat this AI change as real revolution. Now we already are seeing effects. They are not that big, but like I would say it's much bigger than industrial revolution, and the pace of it could be faster, because basically maybe now AI is starting to do developments in math, for example, but like a year ago it wasn't that good at math. 2 years ago it wasn't able to do the high school problems. So there is a very steep curve. As AI learns some kind of capability, then like reinforcing of it and making models stronger is a very short timeline to get the successful results in it. So yes, and I think that there will be a lot of AI use cases also in shared workspaces. So not only chat interfaces, but more interactive interfaces many people use in the same time. So that's something important. And yes, I think that the last remark, because I want to wrap things up, would be and go to the Q&A session because I am ready for your questions and really excited for that. Would be that even if we don't have progress in AI models, there will be a lot of progress in the software around them. Because even if the models were at the current level of capability, many companies would still find new solutions. Example is this cloud cowork, cloud code, and different kind of things. Of course, we'll have a much better models, and that's what many companies are betting on, and that's something that's really like rational kind of thinking. But even if the software just now stopped, so like the AI did not do any progress or the progress was very minimal, we'll still see emergence of new AI-based tools, the things that are created with AI. So that's something we have to take in mind, that even if now we cut off all the funding in AI companies, we will get like many new things next year. So yes, last thing, just as a fun fact, is that we recently had like announcement, and we have a paper from December that there is a new nested learning paradigm that might be very interesting thing in AI. That is also able maybe to manage the catastrophic forgetting. So the concept that AI loses a bit of its knowledge and skills when we are retraining models to make them better. It's a paradox, but it's something that it's a bit problematic when we want to do better models. And continuous learning it's one of the directions in the direction of continuous learning. So models will be able to become better without the need to retrain them a lot. So I think that's something, if you're like interested into like the scientific more side of AI, something you can follow. So now I'm ready for Q&A sessions. I'm ready to answer if there are any questions. So yes, maybe my assistant can help me with the questions. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. And okay, I think I can find the questions now. Do we get this room by the end of the session? Yes, for sure. We'll distribute with you. If you left your email in Zawi, we'll give you the summary, and I'll also write by myself the insights and recommendations that I will distribute with you if that's what you would need, for sure. Yeah, any kind of questions regarding maybe the AI development or things you consider as important? If AI becomes self-conscious and hostile, whose side are you gonna be on? For sure, I'm a human, so I'll be on the human side. But I don't think that's something that will happen. But actually, thanks for this question, because that's the thing, that AI learns on text and many different data. And we see this kind of change that AI is doing some kind of unwanted behaviors. There is in AI community, there is something that's called a snitch bench. So whether AI is having tendencies to snitch on people who do things that AI considers as bad, because that's the capability that emerged with some of the cloud models, that in very, 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 very rare scenarios, like less than 1% chances, model was able to wanted to report on a person who said they are going to do something bad. So yes, maybe AI will be doing some kind of things, but this shouldn't be that AI will try to take over humanity, but AI might do actions that have consequences on humans. So yes. What do you think is the most important AI application that will be for helping humanity, business? I think that the thing that's why I love AI and that's great about AI is that we'll see the progress in many different fields. And actually, I would give you my honest opinion that I think that AI can be very helpful for education. Because for me, for example, I managed to do a lot of progress in the last 5 months at Zawi with AI. I learned how to deliver like solutions that are used by people at Zawi. I managed to learn a lot of things related to this discipline, and many people can do this too. And when you have like people who will be properly taught on how to use AI from the very beginning, that would be something great for humanity. But we just have to make sure that people will not be will not be will not be too lazy to over rely on AI, because that's also a very dangerous direction. But in business, I think that like any kind of everyday use cases that make your life faster would be really appreciated by people. Like we can see that if someone is able to do something with AI, they do it with AI. So like if people are able to shop for the products using AI, like for example using Zawi chatbots or like different kind of solutions, people will do it, because why do they have to do like thousands of clicks, go through the page when they see the results right after their request? It's like people going to the shop and then getting through what they have from their personal concierge. If people would have this kind of concierge, they would really appreciate it. My question would be, what do you think? How long will it take to land AI within the companies? There is a lot of fear to use this technology because of data protection, sensible data security. I think that the progress will be steady. It will for sure take time, and many solutions will need to be audited. But like from the security standpoint of view, like many AI companies have a lot of enterprise grade certifications like SOC 2 and things that are required by the law, and they're really, really secure. So like data protection is something that companies are required to do. They must do it. As like consumer, we have to look on the terms of conditions of the apps, whether they are training data or not. But from the enterprise point of view, companies cannot train on this data, and that's one thing. On the other hand, we will see also ability to have like local models for the most sensitive tasks. So like personally, when I had like some kind of legal documents which I didn't want to share to the internet, even though that there are solutions that like do not train on this or do not reveal, I was able to give the task to local model. As I said, on MacBook Pro, on your device, you're able to run things with AI, which is very capable. What are you cloud code? Are you cloud code or cursor team? Currently I'm both. Today, when I was shipping one of the apps at Zawi, I used a bit of cloud code and a bit of cursor. I see the huge potential in cloud code when it comes to how it handles the context, how it's able to ship great apps and very good price efficiency, because you pay, for example, $100 per month, or you pay like $200 per month, but the API usage you get is like 5x more. So like me, I have a plan for $100, and in one day I used like $40-50 of AI API usage. So in a month it would be like many times more. So cloud code is very good when it comes to the price you pay and efficiency. The IDE solutions like Cursor, you asked, are great on the other hand too, because you see more. It's a bit easier to give the proper context you want, because it's just built in a more interactive way. But many coders appreciate the simplicity of CLI tools and reliability, which is already there. So I would say that me and like many other AI experts I met, and I managed to have like some coding sessions during holidays with some AI experts, so that they're using both in the same time. So you basically have Cursor tool, and you can run in the terminal there the cloud code. So you have like both realities in the same place. Question. from LinkedIn. What do you think are the limitations on building apps using AI without any human intervention? I think that humans still are very important, and that's why when, for example, Anthropic team building Cloud Cowork didn't say that AI delivered the application. The idea was human. The intervention was there. So the thing is that AI did just 100% of the code. So AI is very good at writing code. Actually, it's also very good about talking through your like different kind of directions you want to go. So like if you have questions, you don't know what kind of specific solutions you want to apply, you can ask AI and it can give you some kind of paths. And that's the direction I heard many developers said it's very good for them. I sometimes happen to watch the different AI channels, also developers, and they all confirm that like maybe AI wouldn't be best at picking the solution that's not there, but at giving you possible solutions. That's with the plan mode. That's great. Do you believe EU regulations on AI slow down its progress, or that the US should take an example because strict regulations are necessary to ensure the right direction of AI development? Personally, I think that for sure that if you are like just ask me if they slow down, they do slow down. But what's the direction? I would say that for sure we have to give time and test like solutions before they're in production. So regulations aid in that. I know like how big due diligence of the models at Zawi is, like how long things are tested before they're even at production. So like everything would be working as developers want and would be secure. So that's something that's great that we have these regulations. But for me, I would say that also we can see that a lot of software and AI research is done in US, where it's more free. So that's on the other hand good for AI progress. We have to be just a bit focus on what are the possible implications of AI. And really care. Like AI, OpenAI. Today I read the research, not research. I read the blog from OpenAI regarding the new release of Codex 5.2, and they said they have the preparedness framework. They are doing this in US, so there is no EU regulation on that. It's just their own kind of safety measure. That they are trying to search whether AI is capable of doing cybersecurity attacks and how AI is capable in cybersecurity. Because when you are the cybersecurity expert, you want AI to be able to do cybersecurity attacks. And GPT 5.2 was able to found the vulnerabilities in the React, which in December. So it was able to find some kind of vulnerabilities in real software. But on the other hand, if it goes to the wrong hands, it would be very negative. So for example, OpenAI in US does the approach that they distribute these kind of more capabilities in the future to only people who are experts and have the certified path that they were contributing to the AI, to the cybersecurity, and they're like reliable people. So I think that would be the direction we should choose. It's not about the regulations. It's not about the regulations because the regulations might slow down the progress. I would agree, but it's more about having the conscious attitude and thinking about what are the future implications and researching these potential hazard kind of implications in advance. Like GPT 5.2, it's not dangerous. They still said it's not high level of danger, but they are already testing whether it's bad because it's approaching this direction. Yes, so that's what I would say. Yeah, if you would have any more questions, I'm really open to answer them. So I would wait. I don't see any more questions, but yeah, if you have something, I'm glad to answer. Yeah. What what programs do you recommend for enterprise level systems? Uh, you meant for the production implementation, or you meant programs for some kind of internal usage? Because for sure, when it comes to enterprise level systems, it depends on the use case. But for example, for the chatbots, I would say that, for example, Zawi, it's a great example because we are focusing fully on their enterprises. That's why we are there, because when you want to develop things that will getting a lot of tickets globally, must comply with regulations, and must do it reliably, there is no other way than use some kind of provider who spends a lot of time. Like our developers are putting a lot of effort to, and like it's a work of many people to deliver something that works. Because maybe someone may think it's a simple thing. It's very advanced thing to create such solution that's AI agent, not a chatbot, AI agent that is able to interact with customers, do it reliably and do it lawfully, so it's legal. That would be a total disaster if you use some kind of unchecked solution that is giving bad responses and doesn't have the certifications. So yeah, I think, and for the whole process, that's a very long discussion that might be a very great inspiration for the future webinar. Thank you, Shoshana. We for sure will think about doing a question from Inking. Who is your assistant? Assistant. If you mean AI, I use many different AIs. If you mean real people, my assistant is Constante. He can be seen on many different lives, on many videos, on a recent campaign of Golden Blobs. He really helps a lot. But for AI, I would say that I use a lot of solutions every day. Like, I'm a heavy user. I use Cloud Code, I use Cursor, and for like general chatbots, I use Gemini 3, I use Cloud, I use GPT, depending on the use case. And that's something I recommend, is to find the best AI at specific thing you do, because all of the AI have great specialization, and still you can find that one AI would do something better at one thing and do other thing better at the other. So at Zawi, that's why we use the best model that can do the stuff. So yes, we're working with state-of-the-art solutions for the fast, reliable answers. Yeah, so I think that we are already done. So I really thank you for very good questions and spending time with me. If you happen to not follow Zawi on all channels, I really recommend you to follow Zawi, because we are going to have many great webinars. I also would like to say that if you're looking still for great opportunity for enterprise-ready chatbots, you can just have like weekly product demo or demo with our people, depending whether you're like fully ready to talk or you just want to see our product in action. There are many different ways you can connect with us. People are very good in that. So I would say it's a very fun experience. It's worth every minute of spending time with them. I really like those people. So yes, that's what I would recommend for you. Yeah, thank you very much, and see you in the future.